Bob, the player said halftime speech was entertaining, I guess. Difference between the end of the first half, beginning of the second.
Well, I'm surprised they found it entertaining.
That's my one out there.
We stopped playing. I mean, we just kind of stopped playing. And they started making some shots. They struggled to make shots early, and then we just kind of stopped playing, and it gave them too many opportunities. We didn't rebound the ball. We were just kind of standing around staring for a while, and kind of woke up at halftime.
Do you think that's because they got a pretty good lead, they kind of fell asleep, or Missouri doesn't have a great record, were they not taking it seriously, or?
You'd probably be better served to ask them, because I could, I could only make a guess. I've kind of talked all week to them about, I go in I go in a theater room, and they've got on the blackboard, to win a conference, win the national championship, and I'm like, you guys got to string it together. You got to string wins together. You can't have a big win and then come back and not play the next game, which we did. We didn't play the Kansas State game. We didn't play the St. John's game. So you're not gonna achieve those goals that you set. I didn't set those. You guys did. You're not going to achieve those if you continue to let down and not play as hard as you can play. I mean, honestly, I think we haven't shot the ball very well at all for what I thought we would be capable of. And when you don't do that, I was sitting on a bench. I told Josh Eilert, I said, the crazy thing about this game is the ball always finds the bad player. Always finds a bad player. Always finds a bad defender. And we're sitting there watching, and by God, it does. It finds the bad guy. It's a pretty simple formula. If you want to play more, play better.
That's it on your balancing your expectations for shooting. Did you think this team had the ability to be this good in the half-court defense at this point in the year?
Yeah, I did. I mean, when you've got guys like Oscar and Derek's got such great feet for a 6'10" guy, and I knew what Deuce could do. Jermaine gives us a lot of length at a guard position. I thought we could be pretty good.
Coach Martin had pretty high praise for Oscar and Derek. What do you think of their performance this evening?
Are we adding free throw shooting in it?
He didn't get into that, but go right ahead.
Okay, because I was going to say they were. No, I can't say it. I thought they were average. I mean, I didn't think they were. You kind of become accustomed to when they're playing high-low to giving the ball to each other and the guy going away from pressure like you're supposed to and banking in shots. We missed more one-footers today than we have for a long time. They were one-footers now. And there was some contact and stuff and all that, but I mean, you're going to get that. I mean, we're going to get more contact than that as we go along. They were average at best, I thought, for them. And they're, we've set their standards a little higher.
Coach, not necessarily just talking about points here, but are you getting things out of Jermaine now that maybe a couple weeks ago, a few games ago, weren't there?
Yeah, we're trying to put people in a mismatch situation with him more. I think the biggest thing is he helps us rebound at both ends. He keeps balls alive. He rebounds. We have these spells where we're just like out there. We're not really playing. We're not really concentrating, and that's when it's great to have a 6'7" guard.
Bob Mess probably told you where this win stands on the all-time career list. Your thoughts as you...
They announced it out there about 10 times. It was hard not to...
So you didn't even mention.
Yeah, it was hard not to hear. I don't know. You know, I used to sit there and listen to my dad. You know, my dad's one of the winningest coaches in the history of Ohio high school, and they used to say to him, yeah, you know, that was win number whatever, and you know, you just tied so and so or whatever. And his response always was, he said, man, that just means I'm old. And you look at every one of those guys on there, they're old, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I have never been caught up in that. I'm more caught up in we're 16-3, you know, and we need to be about whatever 29-3 or more than that, I guess, if we're going to win the conference tournament.
Did you ever meet Adolph Rupp?
No, well, kind of, sort of in the hallway one time. We were playing UKIT, and he was in a wheelchair in the hallway. That was my only encounter with him. They didn't recruit me.
Have you ever had a walk-on as popular as Spencer Mackey is right now?
All walk-ons are popular. That's all those students out there sitting in it. That's their dream. How's he bank it in? Yeah, and the other one almost went in. See, but the guys are getting used to it. They didn't carry him off this time, did they? They didn't, did they? No, so they're getting used to him. Pretty soon it won't be that big a deal.
You discussed Derek and Oscar defending on the perimeter. Gabe and Jermaine talked about it a little bit. Even when they don't get steals, are they changing available passing angles, making the ball go different places? What's their impact been?
They are when they're active. We've had a lot of instances where they weren't very active. When they're active, they do. They're long. Both of those guys are long. You're taking vision away. So you know, guys maybe get beat, but they can't get the ball to them because they can't really see them.
In that 21-0 run, you had 2 missed one-on-ones that ended up being 3-pointers off offensive rebounds. How good is this team getting at sort of making up for weaknesses with plays like that?
That wasn't our bigs that got it, I don't think. Jermaine got it once, I know of. If we're going to keep shooting it that bad, we're going to have to work on rebounding at the free throw line, which I haven't done. I mean, I've done in the past, but I haven't done.
Anything else?
Does it say anything, I mean, about 17 minutes left in the game, they got their 8th basket, and they were by 8 different guys. I don't ever remember seeing that to begin with. What does that say to you?
Well, ironically, I said to him at halftime, you know, we recruited some guys that are supposed to make shots, and they're not making shots. And so if you don't make shots and you're our worst defender, you're probably not going to play very much. And that's on you. That's not anybody else. That's on you. But we play a lot of guys. I mean, if we had played,
I'm talking about them.
I know, but them.
Yeah, they had 8 baskets by 8 different players.
Well, we were flying around pretty good in the second half. We were flying around, and they passed it enough and had enough patience to get somebody wide open. But we were flying around. I thought we were making pretty good rotations.
Along those lines, they shot 28% from the field. Is that more bad offense or good defense?
They did. I don't know. I mean, depends on how you want to look at it. If we shot 28%, I'd say we sucked on offense. No, but I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Look at Oscar's play that he made the other night. That's late in the game with a big lead. Deuce kind of had a similar play tonight where he's diving on the floor and you guys are up 25 at the time late in the game. Guys talked about team beginning to get more of a killer instinct to put the boot on the throat kind of thing, said they weren't very good at the beginning of the year, getting better at it now? Would you agree? And plays like that make a difference?
They're conditioned to do that. You know, they're not. If you look at the guys who get hurt, generally they're the last guy to the floor. They're the guys who get somebody, you know, whacks their knee and tears a meniscus or something because they're standing there watching. You don't get hurt diving on the floor. Maybe sometimes some guy dives on your head, but they've legislated a lot of that out so that doesn't happen very, very often, maybe once in a great while.
Bob, Taz saw a couple go through tonight. You get the sense that confidence is starting to come for him?
That what now?
Confidence starting to come for Taz after seeing a few shots going?
Yeah, I think so. I tell you what, he's worked his butt off. I mean, he's like Larry said to me, the first perimeter guy, who you want? I said Taz. I mean, he's earned it. He's worked like crazy. He hadn't pouted. He hadn't, you know, he's in there. He wasn't a very good defender, as he shouldn't have been, because he was getting 30 a game for, you know. You don't want your guy getting 30 a game to get in foul trouble. So, but he's worked at it. He's gotten better and better, and the ball's starting to go in for him. See the ball go in makes a world of difference.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.